with thanks to our patrons. Hey folks, JD and Max here, and today you find us back in my city of birth, the pretty shitty city, Swansea. So when we were looking at the boys' club, we tried to find a way in. There is a very large way in. The unfortunate thing is it has a drop down one of the ends. When I scoped out that drop, we could find nothing but broken glass, rusty nails. And to be perfectly honest with you, looking at it from a safety perspective, it wasn't safe to do it. So this video is going to be a little bit different. We're still going to show you the boys' club, but from a slightly different perspective. Now, before we get to that, and before we run down how it came to be, here's Max with a little bit of history on the place. Then we are going to walk around the outside so you can see just exactly how big this place is. And then we are going to dig deep into how the boys' club became the boys' club. It's stunning. What an absolutely beautiful place.
It is, and it's such a shame that it's fallen into such decay. Again, after the fire, I don't think they've
not bothered with
really cared much about it. There have been rumblings for the council to take over the building again and start doing things with it, but again, it's one of those projects that I think has never really got off the ground.
Yeah, and it's Swansea Council. I may not have lived here for the best part of 20 years, but from what I hear, nothing's got much better. I'd love them to do something with it though, I really would, because I mean just look at it. I mean, there's an old school at the bottom of Mount Pleasant that has a very similar title to this one. I think it's the Denevers Boys School, I think it was, or something close like that. I can't really remember, but it's not very often, if at all these days, you get anything which tells you what it is above the doorway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so lovely. It's so nice to see that. Right, okay, let's see what we've got this way. Mind your step, Max. That's solid.
Yeah.
I don't think there's... Wow. I mean, there's part of the fire damage that Max was referring to. You can just see it on the wooden parts.
Yeah, you can.
Down here, yeah. Looks like that was just being tossed out from the top and just forgotten about. I think this is as far as I want to go this side. I don't know if I can really get much. Can I get anything here? Yeah. Don't step on the wood.
Yeah.
Step on the step on the concrete there, and then where I am here. And here is around the back end of it. It's quite a large building when you're standing here, isn't it? It's quite imposing.
It is, yeah.
Oh, be careful, there's an open manhole cover there.
Oh, okay.
I reckon perhaps we go around the other way maybe.
Yeah?
But I don't know. I'm sort of... This ground here is very squishy.
Okay.
It'll hold your weight because it held my weight.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
You're probably best off standing where I am.
Yeah.
In case there are nails or anything in that wood. Back on solid ground. And here's the other end of it. It's a bit windy. It's quite a sizable place, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
It really is quite a... From the front it doesn't look that large. And here's some scenes over Kilvey Hill, just in front of us here. And we'll get to see a little bit more of it. A little bit more of the Swansea, a little bit. Oh. Wow.
Such a great building, and it's such a great condition as well, isn't it?
It really is. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. No, they've welded the door shut.
So there's no getting in here now by the looks of it.
Yeah, no, not at all. Looks like there's no way getting in there.
Oh, if only we had a little device.
That could fly up.
Oh, if only we had a little device where we could, yeah.
You reckon this is where people have been getting in? I reckon it is. The old ceiling. The old stairway. Oh, doesn't look too... Any nails there? No. Right, do you know what? I'm not going to chance that.
No, I don't
because
think so.
Down this end, down here, all I can see is broken glass, rusted nails, and the last thing I want to do is get myself ill.
No, absolutely.
But, you know what we have got?
We've got a little drone.
We've got our obedient puppy. I think with that, let's rig up the obedient puppy and let's take him up and have a little look over.
Brilliant.
Obedient puppy up.
Up.
Right. Let's go and have a little look at this building. So here's the front of it.
Empty, abandoned, forgotten. This burnt-out shell overlooking the city is all that remains of Swansea Boys Club. Once a hub of community with the motto straight and true, Swansea Boys Club was established in the early 1930s, a response to the concerns of the Swansea Strand mission. The mission had noticed that youths, mostly boys, would meet up on Swansea streets after school or work, and with very little activities to engage in. The mission's fear was that these boys would fall into patterns of antisocial behaviour. The interwar period was difficult for the young people of Swansea and the country in general. Fathers, brothers, uncles and cousins would have gone off to fight and returned with the trauma of war, or not returned at all.
These concerns were not lost on Mr. F.J. May, the Chief Constable of Swansea's police force, and concerned that these lost youths would descend into a life of crime or delinquency, decided to do something about it. By 1933, May and a group of publicly minded volunteers formed a committee that would go on to lead Swansea Boys Club. They began by renting an old printing works and developed a space for the young men of Swansea to meet in a safe, stable environment that went on to offer a range of activities including football, cricket, swimming and athletics, all things to encourage healthy bodies and minds. In the committee's opinion, healthy bodies and minds will grow up to become useful citizens.
But the club became more than this. It became a safe haven, a fraternity that offered guidance and stability to the young men that would have otherwise fallen through the cracks of society. They offered carpentry and first aid courses, a library full of donated books. The only rule was to keep up the club's pledge, which is as follows. I promise that, with the help of God, I will endeavour to be honest, straightforward and manly in my daily life, and that I will do all I can to promote the best interests of the club. Perhaps a little dated in its language, but its intention was sincere. That sincerity became the backbone of the club. Older members would become responsible for younger members, regularly meeting with the committee to ensure the club held up its own pledge. The club hosted a yearly camp sponsored by the South Welsh Miners' Welfare, with over 90 boys attending the very first camp. For many, this was the only holiday the members were likely to have. Although the country was suffering with an interwar economic depression, the Swansea Police made weekly donations from their wages to maintain the club and employ a full-time warden. Donations flowed from organisers such as the Rotary Club, Masonic Lodges and Chamber of Commerce. The mingling of local businesses meant that many senior club members were able to find work, despite the economic conditions. Clothing donations ensured that boys were well dressed for interviews and work. The club was so renowned for supporting its members from lower income families, and doctors also attended meetings to offer treatment for these boys. It's no surprise then that the club outgrew its initial site, and by 1937 plans were made to build its new home in Mayhill, although it was commandeered by the army during the Second World War. By the mid-60s, financial pressures bore down on the club, and after much debate, it became under management of the local educational authority and became a mixed club, now known as the Swansea Boys and Girls Club. Despite its popularity and community-mindedness, the club closed in the 90s, and although planning permission has been granted, the building has been abandoned ever since. Unfortunately, time hasn't been kind to it either, and despite the aims and motivations that went into its creation, the building has become a hub of antisocial behaviour it tried to prevent. A ring of graffiti, broken windows and rubble now decorate the club, and a fire on Bonfire Night of 2020 collapsed its roof, leaving it in its current state. Despite its place in local history, Swansea's Boys Club is no more, although perhaps we can take a lesson from it. When society comes together and invests in its youth, wonderful things can happen. But for now, its legacy lives on in the memory of its former members.